why do we want to replace Nick Boyle? Because Madden won't fix his face. I mean, look at his face. It's awful. I don't know what Madden's thinking. I mean, I think they took a model of Shrek. They lightened up the skin a little bit and put him in the game. That's not right. I mean, Madden, you gotta do Nick Boyle better than this. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't look like that in real life. What is happening, good people of YouTube, and welcome back to the Overlea Gaming Project. Today's video, we are back here in Madden 22, capping off the Ravens franchise Season 1. We have completed the Super Bowl. Well, the Ravens lost, and we don't need to talk about it. You don't need to talk about it. I don't need to talk about it. Nobody needs to talk about it. The Dallas Cowboys punched us right in the face, and we don't like it. It didn't feel good. As a matter of fact, it kind of hurt. And it's a disappointing end to the season. You go 14-3, had a really good shot, and then we just crapped ourselves when it came to the big stage. And Lamar Jackson had a horrible game. And if you missed it, go back in the last episode and watch it. I mean, while you're doing that, go back and watch every other episode in this series. I believe this is episode number 17. But who's counting? And speaking of counting, you can count how many points the Cowboys had. They had 31 points in the Super Bowl, and we only had 13. And that means that they won because they had more points than we did. So today's episode, we are moving on to the offseason. We're going to look at our free agents. We're going to look at who we're going to re-sign, who we're going to let go. We're going to dip our toe into the first NFL draft here in Ravens franchise mode. Let's see what kind of talent we can pull out. And after all that is done, we will reassess our squad and get ready to go into season number 2 here with the Baltimore Ravens. But first, we've got a message about our hot opponent to discuss the results of the game. Hey, there's Calais Campbell. He says,
"Man, I know the guys were pumped to deliver for you, but we didn't get it done."
The team is disappointed with the loss, but morale remains stable after this vote of confidence. Wow. That is awesome. All right, end of the season. It is time to upgrade some players. Let's take a look at doing that right now. There's a lot of these players that need to be upgraded, and I don't even know if we're going to keep them on the team. Some of these players, I don't even know who they are. They're coming from our practice squad. Well, what we are going to do is we are going to upgrade our premium players, like Ronnie Stanley. All right, Ronnie Stanley, agile, pass protector, or power. And I think for him, we're going to upgrade his power. But bam, Ronnie Stanley now upgraded. He's a 96 overall player. All right, Marcus Peters, time to upgrade him, and we are going to upgrade his man-to-man skill. Bam, man-to-man upgraded. He's now a 93 overall player. And right guard Kevin Zeitler, let's go ahead and upgrade his power skill because it fits in our scheme. Adafe Owe, our up-and-coming left outside linebacker. He's 73 overall rated right now. We are going to upgrade his power rusher skill because we do need a power rusher. All right, there we go. Bye-bye. He's now 74 overall rated. All right, everybody else here, we are going to auto upgrade, let Madden do its thing. Yes, we are sure we want to auto upgrade all players.
Attention, 13 players were upgraded.
All right, speaking of upgraded players, we have had some comments throughout the season to move Miles Boykin to a tight end. And that's what we're going to do right now. I mean, he's 6'4", 220 pounds. He's got some good hands. I think at this point, we can edit him to be a good tight end for us. All right, there we go. Miles Boykin moved to a tight end. He is a 78 overall rated tight end there when we move him over. And I think he could be a replacement for Nick Boyle. Now look, why do we want to replace Nick Boyle? Because Madden won't fix his face. I mean, look at his face. It's awful. I don't know what Madden's thinking. I mean, I think they took a model of Shrek. They lightened up the skin a little bit and put him in the game. That's not right. I mean, Madden, you got to do Nick Boyle better than this. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't look like that in real life. There's also a few of these tight ends we are not going to have on our squad going into next season. Eric Tomlinson being one of them. Tim Tebow being another one. Pretty sure we are not going to re-sign these players. So Miles Boykin is going to be a good addition to this tight end squad. And let's check out the contract extension for John Harbaugh.
We've decided to extend your current contract. Congratulations. 4 more years, $7 million.
All right, the first official week of the offseason here. You can see the 2021 season recap. Super Bowl LV1, 9-time NFC champion Dallas Cowboys whooped up on 3-time AFC champion Baltimore Ravens. Dallas Cowboys now have won the Super Bowl 6 times. Congratulations. Super Bowl MVP Ezekiel Elliott, of course, as you know from the last episode, he ran all over our asses. Yearly awards, NFL MVP Lamar Jackson, Coach of the Year Urban Meyer. Wow, still can't get over that one. Offensive Player of the Year Lamar Jackson, Defensive Player of the Year Khalil Mack, Offensive Rookie of the Year Trevor Lawrence. Wow, boy, I don't know about that. And Defensive Rookie of the Year from the Colts, Kwity Paye. All right, here we go. Staff management, head coach John Harbaugh, offensive coordinator Lamont Booker, defensive coordinator Patrick Bailey. And then we have our player personnel. We're going to look at these talent trees. We have 310 staff points to spend. Pretty sure we can upgrade every one of these positions here. All right, so basically we went through the staff points. We spent pretty much all of them in every category. Upgrade the head coach kind of all the way down in these player growth and staff modification trees as much as we wanted to. The important part is on the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator trees, we filled out every single one of these all the way down to the bottom, how it fits our schemes the most. I don't really know if this makes a huge difference, but for example, we boosted the injury rating for all players, boosted catch and traffic for tight ends, boosted carrying capacity for quarterbacks, things like that. Hopefully this will make a little bit of a difference and give us the edge if we make it to the Super Bowl again. And you can see in the defensive coordinator tree, we boost some of the attributes for our tackles, our linebackers. For example, we boost block shedding for defensive tackles by 3 with this one. And then player personnel, we really only concentrate over here on contracts because we are going to go into free agency and see who's out there. We just put some points over here. Hopefully it'll help us out in signing some players in free agency. I guess we're going to do this at the end of every season, go through and we'll spend our staff points all at once at the end of the season. And if you guys notice that any of these coordinators are screwing up out there, let me know in the comments down below and we'll fire their asses. I'm telling you.
Advancing to the next week.
All right, here we go. It is the next week in the offseason, and we have got to look at player retirements. Well, here it is. Tim Tebow retires after 7 years. Ravens brought him on for 1 year, trying to get him a Super Bowl. Didn't work out. Tim Tebow. Oh, bye-bye. And strong safety Anthony Levine Sr. retires after 12 years. Congratulations, and good luck in your future endeavors. Oh, it's sad to see it happen, but cornerback Jimmy Smith retires after 11 years. I thought he played really well last season, and Jimmy Smith, wow. Oh, bye-bye. That is it for the Baltimore Ravens as far as retirements go. I thought Calais Campbell might retire, but it looks like his big ass is still going to be on our team. That's pretty cool. Now, I tell you what's not cool. Let's discuss our money situation. Let's have a serious discussion right now. Back when I started the Madden season, when Madden 22 first came out, I think it was September, and I started this Ravens franchise mode, and I used the players that were automatically set up by Madden. I didn't use a real-life roster, and the Ravens were struggling with some salary cap issues, and I didn't pay attention. As the season progressed week by week, I was starting to resign some players. I wasn't even thinking about cap space, and I made some ridiculous contract offers that I probably wouldn't have made if I would have known what the hell I was doing. Fast forward here to the end of the season, and we have negative cap room. We got no money, and that's my fault. It's also Madden's fault, because I did some testing, and if I were to start a brand new season right now with the Baltimore Ravens using the active rosters, I wouldn't be in this situation. But I have a solution. And here's my solution. We are not going to re-sign any more players in this offseason. Every one of these players is going to become a free agent, and we are not going to re-sign them right now. As a matter of fact, looking at our needs for the team, Patrick Ricard is really the only player here that I wouldn't mind re-signing. Sammy Watkins is getting older, not that productive for us. I believe we can find some young talent in the draft and in free agency. We don't need Sammy Watkins. Pernell McPhee, he's 33, 71 overall rated right outside linebacker. We don't need him. Same thing with LJ Fort, 70 overall rated. He's going down. He's regressing. He's 32 years old. Have fun in free agency. I think we can find somebody better. Now, when we're talking about centers, Bradley Bozeman and Patrick McCarry are very, very good for us, but they're in the low 70s as far as their overall ratings go. I believe we can find a young player, maybe somebody from the draft, to fill these spots. The other thing we can do is we can let these guys go into free agency, and if nobody makes an offer on them, we can come back with an offer and get them for a cheaper price. I'm telling you, that's the way this works. Taking a look at all these other players, Anthony Averett, Justin Ellis, Deion Kane, Devontae Harris, Michael Schofield III. I mean, all these players are lower rated. We don't need them. Tyler Huntley doesn't even have a face. We can't sign him if he doesn't have a face. And while Tyler Huntley is okay, he's only 62 overall rated. I mean, we can find a better backup, same age, with a higher overall rating for less money in free agency or the draft. All right, here it is, week 1 of the free agency period in the offseason. We have not re-signed any of our players. And what I have done is I have gone into the game options and I have tweaked our salary cap a little bit to help overcome my mistakes when I first started this series. That way I don't have to restart the series. Now look, if you want me to restart the series, fine. Let me know in the comments down below. But I feel by tweaking the salary cap just for this offseason, I can help overcome some of the challenges. We can make some signings. We can sign some players in the draft, come out in the next season, and we'll be okay. We just have to keep it realistic, because once you start messing with the salary cap and turning it off, I mean, you can sign every player under the sun, and that's not realistic. So we're going to keep it realistic here. We're going to forget that I made these mistakes. We're going to forget that we had negative cap space. Never happened. You didn't see it. I didn't see it. Nobody saw it. And we're going to move on through this offseason. So grab your paper, grab your pens. Let's do a little bit of a deep dive into this Ravens roster and find out exactly what we're doing. Go ahead. I'll wait. Grab your pen. Grab your paper. Come on. All right, here we go. Ravens roster. Quarterback, Lamar Jackson, Trace McSmart. Do you guys have your paper and pen? Hang on. Let's stop ourselves. Right now, ask yourself the question of the day. Do you have your paper and pen? Are you ready to write down? Take some notes. I need your help. All right, now that you've got your paper and your pen, we can continue. But before we continue, ask yourself the second question of the day. Are you subscribed to the Overlea Gaming Project? If you are not, stop what you're doing right now. Put your pen and paper down. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you're notified of all the content coming out. And hit that like button. I don't care if you hate this video. You have to hit it. It's one of the rules of YouTube. And leave a comment down below. It doesn't even matter what you say. Though I'd really like you to say something positive about this Ravens franchise series. It would make me feel better. All right, Lamar Jackson, Trace McSorley. I'm not sure that we need a third quarterback. I think we can go into the season with just 2 quarterbacks. If Lamar Jackson goes down and gets hurt, well, at that point, maybe we'll look into the free agency or make a trade. And here's our halfback situation. J.K. Dobbins, 87 overall rated. I mean, you can see those little green arrows. He's progressing. He's only 23. Sky's the limit for this guy. And we have got to build our offense around him, Lamar Jackson, and this running game. Gus the Bus Edwards, 81 overall rated. Now, he's a power rusher, 27 years old. I have some options for him. This is where I might need you to write down, take some notes, and help me in the comments down below. My feeling is Gus Edwards can be used as trade bait. Whoa, what? Yeah, I said it. Gus Edwards as trade bait. Think of this. We've got Justice Hill behind him, 24 years old. Gus the Bus can be used as trade bait to go out to some of these teams. Maybe we can get defensive end Kwity Paye. I mean, they'll give him up. I'm sure they will. We can make it work. I really like that idea. And rounding out the squad, Tyson Williams is only 62 overall rated. We're probably never going to use him. But that's my idea for this running core. No real changes needed here. No free agents needed, and we don't need to really pick up any halfbacks in the draft. All right, here's our fullback situation. We got Ben Mason. Now, he's 23 years old. He's young, 71 overall rated. Now, look, he's no Patrick Ricard, and we all know that. But I think he could get there, and he's a scheme fit. So do we really need to go out and re-sign Patrick Ricard? I don't think so. And here's our wide receiver situation. Marquise Brown is our #1 wide receiver, 85 overall rated. He's 25 years old, followed up by the youngster Rashad Bateman going into his second season here, 79 overall rated. These players are progressing pretty good. Devin Duvernay in the slot role, 74 overall rated. He's 24 years old. And rounding out the wide receiver squad right now, Tylan Wallace at 23 years old and James Prochet at 25 years old. So not the greatest and most exciting wide receiver core. I believe we should bring in a piece through free agency or through the draft, somebody that's an impact player that can come into the team and really bolster up our wide receiver squad. But look, don't put it in the comments to sign Antonio Brown. We're not doing it, so stop it. Get that thought out of your mind right now. And here's our tight end situation, looking really good. Mark Andrews, super stud, 26 years old, 94 overall rated. Nick Boyle behind him. Now he's 29, 81 overall rated. Miles Boykin, 80 overall rated at 25 years old.
And Josh Oliver, 69 overall rated.
Oh. Now look, here's my thought process. I know, it's going to get crazy right now. Strap on your crazy hats and come on the ride with me. Nick Boyle on the trade block. Let's use him as trade bait because we don't really need him. We got Miles Boykin. Come on. I know we love Nick Boyle. I know we need to stick up for him because Madden screwed up his face. But let that be some other team's problem. That's what I'm saying. Let's get Nick Boyle out there on the trade block and let's get a good defensive player that we need. Huh? What do you think? I mean, I think it's a pretty good idea. I'm just saying. All right, now we move on to the offensive line. Rodney Stanley, left tackle. We are looking good. And he's got a backup, Tyree Phillips. Not bad either. Left guard, 25-year-old Ben Power, 77 overall rated. I think we're good on this left side. We've also got Ben Cleveland as a backup here, 72 overall rated, 24 years old. This left side is looking pretty good. I don't think we need to make any changes here. Uh-oh, looks like we have a problem. Our team doesn't have a center, and that's going to be an issue. We are definitely going to have to address this either through free agency or through the draft or both. I mean, you can see it for yourself. There's nobody on the screen. All right, right guard. It's probably going to be an issue if Kevin Zeitler gets hurt. Ben Breedenson, 71 overall rated, is a backup. He's very capable, but I wouldn't mind having another offensive guard in the squad just in case. And here's where we need to focus all of our attention. Juwan James and Alejandro Villanueva, both of these players are 30 and over, and they're not that great. They're probably going to get hurt. They probably can't last a whole season. And honestly, I think we should find somebody better. So we are going to have to keep a lookout in free agency for a right tackle. Or maybe we can pick one up in the draft. All right, that brings us to the defense. And here is where we are really sucking. Now look, Derek Wolf's not a bad player. He's 80 overall rated, but he's 32. And if he gets hurt, it's Broderick Washington Jr. We don't want to rely on him as our left end. And here's our right end. It's big-ass Calais Campbell. He's like 85 years old. I mean, he's 88 overall rated. He is an absolute beast. But do you think he can last a whole season? I don't know. And with Justin Madubuike as his backup, I don't want to find out. So we are definitely going to be looking for defensive ends in free agency and the draft, under the bed, in the closet. Where are they hiding? We got to find them. And defensive tackle Brandon Williams, we love him. We love his butt. They're huge, but they're old. A 33-year-old butt is not what we need as our defensive tackle. He's 87 overall rated. He is definitely a great player, and we're going to keep him, but he needs some help. So free agency or in the draft, we are going to seek out a young defensive tackle, or maybe 2 or 3 of them, bring them in and bolster up that line. All right, taking a look, switching to the linebackers. Tyus Bowser, our left outside linebacker, 27 years old, 78 overall rated. And then there's the youngster, Odafe Owe, 75 overall rated. I do believe that Odafe Owe will grow more if we put him as our starting left outside linebacker. He's also a scheme fit, which is very good. And hopefully we can use him and get some pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. But again, I'd like to have a better outside linebacker on the left side. So this is something we're going to have to address. And out on the right side, our man Justin Houston. I mean, he's awesome. But again, he's like 85 years old. He's 80 overall rated, great player. But at this age, is it sustainable for him to go a whole season and be productive? Now backing him up, Jalen Ferguson, not bad, 75 overall rated, 26 years old. But don't you want something more than just not bad? I do. So we're going to keep an eye open for outside linebackers in free agency and the draft. All right, and that takes us to the middle linebacker situation. Patrick Queen, definitely the future of this defense. 23 years old. He's a youngster, 81 overall rated. He's a scheme fit, great solid piece for our defense and somebody to build around. And Malik Harrison is not a bad backup, 24 years old, 75 overall rated. I mean, he can be out on the field alongside Patrick Queen and make a difference. We saw it a little bit in the last season. So middle linebacker position, not something that I'm super concerned with. But again, we'll take it if we can find somebody. All right, wrapping up the roster deep dive here with our defensive backs, and we are looking really good here. Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, 97 overall rated and 92 overall rated respectively. Tavon Young, 79 overall rated. Now, he's 28 years old, so he's kind of getting up there. But look, this squad is stacked here at the cornerback position. I don't think we need to focus our attention on this position at all. Free safety position, Deshaun Elliott really stepping up here, 25 years old. Definitely not going anywhere. And I don't think we need to focus any of our energy on the free safety position. Brandon Stevens doing a good job as a backup. 24 years old, 67 overall rated. Let's keep that the way it is. And strong safety, look, same thing. Chuck Clark, 27 years old. He's 83 overall rated. No need to change anything here. No need to focus our attention here in the draft or in free agency. And Geno Stone,
69 overall rated.
Oh, he's not going anywhere. All right, Justin Tucker. I mean, you know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. He's not going anywhere. Best kicker ever in the history of the universe. I mean, since people have been kicking the can down the street, Justin Tucker is better than all those guys. But here is where it gets interesting. Grab your papers and your pens and your crazy hats. Let's get on the crazy train and start taking a ride. Sam Cooke. I mean, he's literally 403 years old. I mean, he was probably born in 1950. I mean, he's really old. He probably remembers what it was like not to have cars. And he had a black and white television growing up probably. I don't know. Just saying. But in all seriousness, he is 80 overall rated. That's fine. But he's old. And I really honestly feel that if we go into either the draft or free agency, we can find a punter that's like 22 years old that in the next season or two can be right up there. And then we can have that guy for the next 20 years. Are you with me? I knew you would be. We're on the same page. I like that. So Sam Cooke, we're either going to put him on the trade block or we're just going to release him to save some cap room. I don't know. All right, here's our draft picks for the upcoming draft. We've got 2 4th round and 2 5th round, no 6th or 7th, and we are definitely okay with that. Pretty excited to get into the draft and see what we can find. All right, here it is, diving into free agency. We know what our team needs are. We know what we need to do here. Let's start by taking a stroll down wide receiver lane. Look, it's Antonio Brown. Stop it. Don't even talk about it. Just zip it. Put a zipper on your lips. Zip it over to the right. Close them up. I don't want to hear about it. Just shush. We're not doing it. I love Devontae Adams. It's a shame that the Packers had to let him go. Realistically, the Ravens would never bring him in because we can't afford him. Chris Godwin, another great player, 89 overall rated. He's 26 years old. Not a very realistic option for the Ravens, I don't think. And now is where it starts getting interesting. Michael Gallup, 26 years old from the Cowboys. He's 85 overall rated. He's got good development traits lined up. I believe Michael Gallup could come into our wide receiver squad and bolster it up so we'd have some really sweet options going into next season. And one of the things we're going to have to contend with is the Lions, the Chargers, and the Steelers. Now, if you take a look at what a fair offer is, $35.3 million over 4 years, $19.2 million bonus, and $54.6 million total. All right, here's where I think we are with Michael Gallup. Because there are other teams that are competing for this wide receiver, I think we need to go with a 4-year deal. We need to up the salary to $9.6 million, signing bonus $5.01 million, and that's going to make our final offer $58.2 million. I know it's a lot of money, but honestly, I think this is a realistic thing that the Ravens would think about doing. So we're going to do it. All right, bam, we made an offer. Hopefully it's good enough to compete with the other teams. All right, you know that one of the team needs was a center, and we are going to look for a center that we can sign here. Now look, here's Bozeman. He's got competing offers. We're going to end up paying way too much for this guy. Patrick McCarry, same thing. Lots of competing offers out there. But you see who doesn't have any offers? It's Ted Karras. He's 29 years old, 71 overall rated, and he's a scheme fit. And here's another option.
John Jalapillo.
Although he's 31 years old, we can sign him if we need to. Both of these players can come in, they can make an impact as a backup, depending on what we do in the draft. At least we have a center signed to the squad. Let's start by making Ted Karras an offer. All right, here we go. Center Ted Karras, 2-year deal, $2 million salary, signing bonus $550,000. That puts his offer at $5 million. Definitely something the Ravens can do here. Ted Karras, let's make him this offer. Hopefully he'll accept. All right, there we go. We've made the offer. Now it's time to wait. Well, here we go. Left outside linebacker Von Miller. You know what? He's 33 years old. I don't want to even talk about it. Let's move on. But check out Leighton Vander Esch from the Cowboys. Let go from the Cowboys. He's 81 overall rated. He's young enough, I believe, that this is a player we can bring into the squad, can put some pressure on that left side. Now, we do have Tyus Bowser. We do have Odafe Owe. We can maybe talk about moving them to the right side. Who knows? But Leighton Vander Esch, a good player out there. I believe we can make a realistic bid for him, something the Ravens would do in the offseason. Let's check out what we need to do to get him. All right, a 5-year deal, $6.9 million. Oh, I mean, I like it. I like that number. I think he's going to like that number. We're going to show him we're a great team. $6.9 million. That's awesome. $5.2 million in the signing bonus brings our total offer to $60.3 million. Something I think the Ravens could do here. And we're going to go ahead and try it. All right, but bam, look at that. Ravens in first place with our offer. And that is pretty awesome. Well, take a look here. Patrick Ricard has no offers. Wow. All right, what if we kind of make a lowball offer to Patrick Ricard? 2 years, $1.5 million, $550,000 signing bonus. It's only going to cost us $4 million. I don't know. Let's go ahead and do it and see if he accepts. I mean, there it is. It's his only offer. He's got to take it, right? All right, there's only one other thing that I want to look at here in free agency, and it's J.K. Scott, the 25-year-old punter, 82 overall rated. So he's better than Sam Cook already. He's half his age. All right, we're going to stretch this offer out 5 years, $1.2 million, and a $500,000 signing bonus. I don't know. Here's a young punter. We could potentially have this guy on our team for a long time. Let's go ahead and make him an offer. All right, there it is. We're the only team that's made him an offer. Man, hopefully this works out. All right, so here is a recap of our offers. We got Michael Gallup, the wide receiver. We got Patrick Ricard, our fullback. J.K. Scott, the punter. Leighton Vander Esch, the left outside linebacker. And Ted Karras, the center. All right, let's advance to the next week and see if anybody... All right, talked about it before. Gus Edwards going on the trade block. Let's see what happens. All right, there's Nick Boyle. Wow, my God. Every time I pull up the screen, I look at his face, I get sad. I mean, good Lord, Madden. You have done Nick Boyle wrong throughout this entire series. Something's got to be done about this. So we're going to put him on our trade block. God, hopefully somebody takes him off our roster. That is awful. Wow. And Sam Cook, with his receding hairline, he's going on the trade block too.
Advancing to the next week.
All right, here we go. Let's see if anybody accepted our contracts. Looks like Patrick Ricard accepted our contract. Oh my God, Michael Gallup accepted our contract. Welcome to the Ravens. Oh my God, I think everybody accepted the contracts. Punter J.K. Scott, welcome to the Ravens. Left outside linebacker Leighton Vander Esch, I've accepted the contract. And Karras, the center.
I've accepted the contract.
Wow, that is awesome. We got everybody we were shooting for, and I didn't think that was going to happen. I mean, that seemed a little too easy. So I tell you what, wow, no other free agents that we really want. Let's go ahead and advance our week. All right, off-season free agency week number 3. We don't need to sign anybody else. Let's go ahead and advance this week. All right, week number 4, free agency in the offseason. We've got a trade offer for Sam Cook. Let's take a look. Well, Minnesota and Kansas City both offered us a 7th round pick. Gosh, can we get more than that for him? Like maybe we could trade him away somehow? I don't know. A 7th round pick. I mean, that's kind of a throwaway, right? You know, we're not going to accept that. Sam Cook's been with us a long time. We can't give him away for a 7th round pick.
Advancing to the next week.
Here it is, the start of the NFL draft, and we are going to do this in the next episode. Guys, thanks for watching this video. This has been the season recap 2021 Ravens franchise mode. All right, here it is, the start of the NFL draft, and we are going to do that in the next episode. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support, liking the video, leaving the comments, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done any of that, Do it right now. We took a look at the Ravens in the offseason, made some free agency moves, and now we're going to move ahead into the NFL draft. And that is pretty exciting. Don't go anywhere. I mean, you can get up and go somewhere. I mean, just come back when the next video is released. That's what I mean. I mean, don't just sit in one spot, because it might be a couple days before the next episode comes out. I'm just saying. But seriously, and most importantly, thank you guys for letting me be a part of your day. It means a lot. And we are going to see you right back here. Ravens franchise mode continues into season 2 in the next video.